In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Mailchimp email campaign benchmarking. By the end, you'll know exactly where to find your benchmark insights and how to read them so you can make smarter decisions for your next send. First, head to your Mailchimp account and sign in. Make sure you're using the same account where your email campaign was sent. Benchmarking works best when you've already sent at least one campaign, so you'll have real data to compare. If you have multiple workspaces or audiences, double check you're in the right one before moving on. Once you're in, look for the Campaigns tab on the main navigation. This section is your hub for every send, regular emails, automations, A/B tests, and more. Click Campaigns to see a list of your recent and past emails. If you don't see what you're looking for right away, use the filters or search to find the specific campaign you want to review. Now, click on the campaign you sent. You'll usually recognize it by the subject line, send date, and audience. Remember, benchmarking is most useful for sent campaigns, not drafts, because it needs performance data to compare against industry standards and platform-wide averages. On the campaigns page, select View Report. This opens the full report for that specific send. Here, you'll find your core performance metrics like deliveries, opens, clicks, bounces, and more. We're going to focus on the benchmarking section, which gives you the crucial context behind those numbers. Scroll to the email benchmarking section. This is where Mailchimp compares your results to similar senders, often by industry or audience size, as well as to overall Mailchimp averages. Think of it as the "is this good?" answer you need after you see your basic metrics. You'll typically see three key areas highlighted: open rate, click rate, and unsubscribe rate. Start by selecting open rate. Open rate measures how many recipients opened your email out of those who received it. It's helpful for understanding how well your subject line, sender name, and timing work together. Keep in mind that modern privacy features, like Apple's Mail Privacy Protection, can inflate opens for some recipients, so avoid treating open rate as the only indicator of success. Instead, look at it as a directional signal and pair it with other metrics, like clicks. If your open rate is below the benchmark, consider testing subject lines, preview text, or send times in your next campaign. Next, use the drop-down next to open rate to explore the comparison options. You can typically switch between comparisons like your industry average or Mailchimp's overall average, and sometimes adjust how the data is grouped. This is useful for reality checking your expectations. For example, a niche B2B industry might have a different benchmark than a broad retail category. Select the comparison that best matches your audience for more accurate context. Move on to click rate. This measures how many recipients clicked at least one link in your email. Clicks reflect true engagement with your content and call to action, so they're a stronger indicator of whether your message motivated action. If your click rate is under the benchmark, consider tightening your copy, simplifying your layout, moving your main call to action higher in the email, or adding clearer, more compelling buttons. Also, make sure your links are obvious and mobile friendly. Again, open the drop-down for click rate to compare your results to different benchmarks. This helps you avoid overreacting to a number that might be normal for your category. If your click rate is close to or above the benchmark, that's a good sign your content and offer are resonating, even if your opens aren't sky high. Finally, select unsubscribe rate. This tells you what percentage of recipients opted out after receiving your email. A low, stable unsubscribe rate indicates your content and sending frequency are aligned with your audience's expectations. If your rate is noticeably higher than the benchmark, it may be a cue to revisit your targeting, cadence, or relevance of content. Make sure your subject line accurately reflects what's inside and avoid sudden changes in frequency. That's it. You've located your campaign, opened the report, and used Mailchimp's email benchmarking to put your results into context. Apply what you see here to your next send, test one improvement at a time, and watch how your performance trends against the benchmarks over time.